Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Lebanon Board of Park Commissioners meeting. I'd like to call the meeting to order and let the record show that all members are present except Karen Galvin and Brett Craig. Oh, we go. And the next item, if everyone's had a chance to review the minutes from the last meeting, I entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I move that we approve the minutes from our last meeting.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carried. Under old business this evening, Kevin Krulik with project updates.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Lots of projects to update you on, so I'll try to be brief here. But first one, I haven't updated you on this before, but the downtown alley-oop project, the alley activation project that is really being done by the Heart of Lebanon, but just updating you guys because that will be added to the sort of downtown inventory in terms of the park maintenance department's roles in snow removal and trash pickup and things of that nature. So this is that alley on the north side. The catenary lighting has been installed. The only it's mostly a Heart of Lebanon project. The only role that the city really had was burying some conduits for sump pump lines, and that has been done. We've got some asphalt patches to do, and then the Heart of Lebanon will continue with their interpretive signage exhibits there, celebrating the history of basketball in Lebanon. So look forward to seeing that come alive in the coming months. But just want to make sure, updating you on everything that will touch the Parks Department. On that note, a few other projects that primarily are road projects, but we're reconstructing the Fordyce Street from East Street all the way out to John Bart Road with trail extensions, sidewalks, lighting, and things of that nature. So I bring that up just to update the board on the fact that there will be a significant trail expansion associated with that. That'll be extending the East Street Trail all the way out to the new elementary school. That's scheduled to get started under construction here this spring, and won't be completed until August of next year as the school gets ready to open. But we will be having we have now scheduled our open house, that we're going to have a public open house on the 21st of March at Centenary United Methodist, just to allow people to meet the contractors and get more information and receive schedule updates. So that will be coming up. You're welcome to join us for that. Other projects around town, there's the Active Living Program projects, which is a citywide wayfinding program. So we'll be installing a lot of wayfinding signage throughout the city that will direct people to the parks, the various parks, the trails, the downtown, the schools. So you'll see these decorative signs start going into the ground here shortly. All the utility locates are complete, and so we're just waiting on the contractor to start that installation. Also, on other active living programs, we're working on a scope for a planning study for the Midland Trace Trail, as we're beginning to see the Big Four Trail really come to fruition and be completed across the county. We're starting to set our sights on the next regional trail, which would be the Midland Trace Trail, which is also an old rail-to-trail program that will extend that trail from Westfield into downtown Lebanon, and eventually it goes out of Lebanon southwest through Max and out into that area, out to the southwest parts of the county. But for right now, we're just working on a planning study so we know where that trail needs to go and we can make sure we're reserving those corridors. And then on the Big Four front, happy to report that we had saved enough money on the Next Level Trails program for the Big Four reconstruction northwest of town that this year we will be actually extending that reconstruction for another mile. So we're going from, I think it's about 350 west, another mile east, further into town. So excited to see that happen. Another road project that has a trail included is Witt Road reconstruction. That will include a trail from Lafayette Avenue all the way north to Austin Drive. There's federal funds involved with this one, so this is not a project that goes to construction until 2027. But again, more trail network expansions associated with that project. Noble Street, this is exciting. We submitted a grant application to reconstruct Noble Street from State Road 39 to State Road 32. That will include trail expansions, that will include sidewalks, that will include traffic calming. There'll be a curve in the road as the road goes between Hot Pond and Abner Longley Park with pedestrian activated crossing signals there so we can better keep people safe as they walk across the road and enjoy both parks. And then that trail will also extend down and connect to the Big Four Trail just northeast, of the pond. So that's exciting. It's roughly a $7.6 million grant that we received today. It won't happen till about 29 or 30, so we got a few more years as that goes through the federal aid cycle and before we get to a bidding on that sometime in 2029. But excited that we just found that out today. Our next steps is really our early coordination meetings with NDOT, but excited to be able to continue to improve the park system in that area and the trail pedestrian systems.
Congratulations on that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was a little bit of a surprise. We submitted a couple of applications, did not expect that one to win, but we'll take it. Stone Eater Bike Park, lots of things getting ready to kick off up there. Remind everybody, the park is entirely funded by American Rescue Plan, Ready 1.0 money, and sanitation funds from the former operation of the landfill. And as of 2 weeks ago, we now have a food and beverage grant that has provided us with the total budget that we need to complete the project. So that puts us at a balance of funding on the project of about $1.5 million, and we are now under contract on trails for roughly $340,000. The entry drives and parking areas at $317,000. Access roads for maintenance activities that will also double serve as trails at $201,000. Trail material sourcing. This is a crushed concrete sourcing for the trail contractor of $168,000. And about $278,000 worth of storm sewer, and then some miscellaneous signage and prairie seeding brings our total expected expenses to about $1.4 million. So of the 1.5 in allocations we have about 67,000 in contingency. Happy to report that as of Monday, the mass earthwork finished grading was completed, and material will probably be starting to come on site tomorrow or Friday for the crushed concrete sourcing, and then storm sewer is expected to start in about 2 weeks. But officially now we are fully under contract and fully funded for phase 1 of the park. The old street garage master planning effort, not really any new updates there. We've just kicked off that process. I think as we get into warmer months and more park activities start to happen, that's when you'll see a lot of engagement from our consultants with the public, with online surveys and open houses and attending events at the pool and other events around town to try to get the word out and understand what people want to see as we look to redevelop the old street garage site into a park. At this point, there's no funding associated with the actual construction. There's no plan. It's just a planning study right now to figure out what needs we have there. Other smaller projects, pickleball court reconstruction and the Abner Longley Park Fishing Pier. We're actually expected to see design contracts hopefully finalized near the end of this week and be able to start moving those things forward. We've also now kicked off the design of the Big Four Trail trailhead at there behind Menards. So we'll be installing an enclosure there for portalette restrooms, as well as upgrading pavements with trash cans, landscaping, lighting, things of that nature. So we'll be upgrading that site as well. Other park projects that are still out there that really don't have any programming yet, but we are talking about these with John and staff, would be additional pathways around Abner Longley. Obviously, a big part of that is also part of that grant that we've got for Noble Street, but we'll continue to work on expanding that. And then there's a lot of projects that really John is primarily working on with your own in-house staff and volunteers for things like Frisbee golf, playground equipment upgrades at Abner Longley, Memorial Park drainage improvements, And then last but certainly not least, we're also working on developing a plan to surface the parking areas at Reese Park. And that's my update for tonight. Any questions?
The grant that you were talking about, will that help fund putting a trail through Abner Longley within the park itself that we had talked about?
Yeah, the scope includes a full street reconstruction with the utilities and everything from 39 to 32. But it also includes, there's not a lot of room for trails west of Hot Pond. So that's primarily sidewalk upgrades there. But from when you get to Hot Pond and then east out to Indianapolis Avenue, there will be a trail constructed there, and then there will be a trail that will tee off of that and go south to the old Conservation Club pond and connect to the Big Four there.
We had talked a while back about a walking trail within Abner Longley.
Yeah, that's one of those separate additional projects that we haven't really yet defined.
Okay.
But that is in the plans, is my understanding, to have a loop trail go around Abner Longley entirely, so you'd be able to do the laps around the park as well. Yep. Anything else?
One more question.
Yeah.
Last month when we were talking, I mentioned about that dark area, depending on time of day, of course, at the north end of East Street.
Oh, yes.
By the park. Did you
Yes.
happen to take a look at that? And
I
see
did
what
go
I'm
take a
talking
look
about?
at that, yeah, and I really think we've got an easy opportunity there. We've got electrical for lighting. In that vicinity, we have lights just south of there on on East Street, and we have lights not too far from there along the walking path that goes around the park. So I don't think it would be too hard for us to extend that circuit and put. I think we just get into a kind of a dim area because those lights are just a little too far away from that intersection. But I think we could put one right there on the north end of East Street, right at the top of the hill. It would shed some good light down there. And I believe we have an extra light pole from the park lighting project. And so we just need to work on getting quotes from an electrician to install that.
That'd be great, because that intersection is kind of dangerous anyhow. 'Cause
It
of
is.
the angle it
Yeah.
is you're in, and so people kind of ease out to see the traffic.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's dark and somebody's getting ready to cross there, you really don't see them until you're right there.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not much better at Meridian Street either. Those intersections are definitely something on my list as potential intersection upgrades. I'm going to say the bad word, but I'm going to say roundabout possibly at those locations I think would help traffic flow a lot better and make those intersections a lot safer, especially for people crossing into the park. And we have studied those in the past. We have sketches of potential intersection improvements. It's just something that would need to be brought to the top of the list and funding strategy developed.
Those crosswalks are used a lot.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very active
Yeah.
area, for sure.
Yeah, my family and I personally go up and down both those streets all the time, so. Thank you.
Any new business to come before the board? Okay, hearing none. It's time for the director's report. And we're happy to have Logan here this evening to give the director's report.
Good evening.
Welcome, glad you're here.
Same. Yeah, it was a pleasure to meet all of you for the first time. So yeah, I'll just go into the director's report. We've started doing prep work for opening Seashore Water Park. This week, our new dump bucket was installed. Our crew has been also power washing the deck and working on the water slides. With warmer weather, can you guys hear me? Okay. With warmer weather this past week, we have started removing and replacing mulch downtown. Prep work on all our sports fields will start as well. This past Saturday, we partnered with Cookies by Debbie to bring a cookie decorating class to her cabin. The class was full and went very well. We hope to do more classes with Debbie in the near future. Our second round of open interviews took place this past Saturday. We had another great turnout. I just want to thank everyone who turned up and interviewed, and we look forward to a fun summer. We'll be hosting events on Saturday, April 6th, and Monday, April 8th, for the 2024 solar eclipse. On April 6th, we will have a pickleball tournament, cornhole tournament, inflatable games, food trucks, and a live band starting at 6 p.m. On April 8th, Memorial Park and Adner Longley Park will be great spots for viewers. We are offering reserved seating at Seashore Water Park, where guests will have immediate access to restrooms and concessions, a limited crowd, free drinks from the concession stand, along with a pair of viewing glasses and a t-shirt at each chair. Tailgate and listen to the live DJ at Adner Longley Park as well, starting at 11 a.m. You can visit our website or give our office a call for more information. Our 2024 Easter egg hunt is set for Saturday, March 30th. We will have a special needs hunt beginning at 9:30 a.m. and other hunts will begin at 10:30. There will be 3 different age groups, 2 to 4, 5 to 7, and 8 to 10. This is a free event and we hope to see everyone there. Our spring pickleball league is also set to start Thursday, April 4th. Games will be played on Thursday evenings beginning at 6 p.m. This is a doubles league and all teams will play each other, no gender divisions. You can register online by giving our office a call. The cost is $30 per team. And that is the director's report. Yes.
Also, meet Joel is
Yes.
here with us this evening. Go on up, Joel, so you can get on TV.
Everybody.
We're glad to have some of the park staff here and glad to meet you. Thanks
Nice
for
to meet you
coming.
as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just had one topic, if you guys could take back to John. We talked about this briefly last year, and I just happened to be,
Yes.
at the park during these nice weather days and noticed
Right.
something again. The all-inclusive park.
Yes.
I know there's signage there for pets not to be in there. And either people disregard it or the signage for that is so small, they don't notice it.
Okay.
Because in one day, I saw 3 different dogs in that
In the-
all-inclusive park
yeah.
area.
Okay.
And, there are a lot of reasons why they shouldn't be in there. I don't need to go into that, you guys know that. But we
Yeah.
had talked about maybe getting a little bit more noticeable sign, maybe put it on the
Right.
gate actually, that really makes
You
it.
must see it when you enter, sort of
Yes,
thing.
because
Yeah.
I don't think people are necessarily being just disregarding. I just don't think they take time to read that small print on that
Yes.
sign that's up there.
Yeah, absolutely. I can bring that back to John. We can figure out a way, either whether that's making a larger sign and then positioning it in a spot where we know all our visitors going into the playground will see it. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you.
Anything else come before the board tonight? If not, I entertain a motion to approve the claims.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
A second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carried. Now entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I move that we adjourn the meeting.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carried. Thank you for joining us this evening.